All right, guys. Check it out. Today we have the left back build. We had someone requested. They wanted the best build, in my opinion, for a left back. So straight into it, we have a 5'8" left back, 143 pounds. That's the body type. The gameplay, defender, obviously, roll, left back. It doesn't matter if you're right back or left back. It actually doesn't matter if you're wing back or full back. Like, literally, the stats are exactly the same. So I just went with left back. I went with full back. And then, let's see. Now getting into the skill points. This build is very similar. Oh no, there is one thing I will say. Depending on how you want to play, I think 5'8" is the best for a left back, so that they can still win headers. But still having like a lot of pace. Because if you go a little bit taller to like 5'10", I think that's too slow. You start losing like dribbling. You start losing pace. So you want to be like 5'8". The 5'4" build is also extremely fast. Right here, you see the pace goes up to 90. You get boosted in a lot of like movement stats, but you lose a lot of height. Obviously, that's 4 inches, and you lose a lot of jumping. So here you can see the jumping is 86, and when you go to the 5'8" build. So then when you go to the 5'8" build, you can see that the jumping is 92. And there's still, I believe, room for improvement. You can still, it's not maxed out here at this point. So you can still go, you can get higher jumping. So you're more likely to win headers. Obviously, you don't want to be the tallest at right back. And with headering being so, I don't want to say, yes, actually, with headers being so useless, you don't need that much jumping. This is primarily so that when someone puts a pass back post, they are not just flicking it over you and creating other chances. So with this, you'll be able to like win headers. Your strength is decent, 70, 77. You're not going to be coming up against big bully strikers or like big players in the midfield. Basically, primarily going to be on the wing, defending against really like high skill defenders. So this is what I would do for the physical. You always want to have second wind. Like I said, it's very useful. And then you have all the jumping equipped and the strength. Then when we get into the defending, all the defending equipped. See, defending's all really high. Interceptions are high. Slide tackling is high. And my defensive stats are not maxed out because I haven't played any defense. So for me, my defensive player isn't maxed out completely. Some of you will have higher overalls and higher stats than some of these. So for the dribbling, I used my skill points to get agility and balance. So this was the last skill points that I used. So I basically focused on the physical, the defending, and the pace. So let's go get into that stuff first. We put the passing on, obviously, all of the passing. You want to be a really good passing fullback, being able to switch the play, or like when you get down into the final third, if you're a little bit more offensive, you're able to swing those passes into like strikers and create chances for your team. For shooting, the shooting is dead for a fullback. I didn't put any on it. You don't want to waste any of the stats on this. I put these for pace. I put the sprint speed and acceleration. I didn't put these other ones because it's 11 points. And that's a lot. That's a lot of points if you want to get all the pace. It's too much, and you already have very high pace, so it's 88 acceleration, 87 sprint speed. Okay, and lastly, like I said, I focused on dribbling at the end. I put in mainly what I look for in defense is agility and balance. So you want to be able to control the ball well, and like when you take touches, you want to have an agile player. 83 is decent for a defender. It's very good for a defender. Balance is 80, and then obviously that ball control is really high. But yeah, that's the basics of this build. It's a very good defensive build, very good in attack as well, and you're able to win headers. You have really high jumping, and your height isn't that slow. I mean, you're 5'8", and I mean, unless you're in the box on a mismatch, you're not going to be coming up against very tall players. And headering is terrible this year, so it's not even going to matter. So yeah, I'm going to go through it slowly so you guys can take a picture if you want, and if you want to try out the build. Here's the physical. Defending is pretty straightforward. All the defending stats. I mean, if you're not using defending and you're playing defense, you're doing something wrong, man. Here's the ones for dribbling. Agility and balance primarily. Here are the passing ones. Basically everything you want giant throw. Definitely want giant throw when you're in those situations where you get it in the back. You want to be able to throw it all the way up the field. Avoid conceding silly goals. And that's the only one I didn't equip. Set play specialist. No shooting stats. Please, fullbacks, don't be taking shots. And then here, for the pace, everything besides these really expensive ones right here. Okay, guys, so that's it for the build. Pretty basic build. This is what I've seen a lot of fullbacks using, and basically it's I think the best for defending on the wings. It has really high defending, really big pace, unless you want to go 5-4. But like I said, even though headering is bad, you might become a liability with people being able to like L1 try and go flick the ball behind you when they send it. Like they might be like, oh, this guy's really short, and they'll abuse of that, just sending a tall guy over there to win headers against you and getting passes into the box like that. So yeah, I hope this video helps. If there's another build you guys want me to take a look at, let me know. Yeah, so hope you guys like the video, and see you guys in the next one.